Hey guys, Jeremiah with Steps Pressure Washing and More. Today we are out in North Raleigh doing kind of a complex job. Nothing super crazy, but it's enough to stress me out a little bit. But I've got, we had a death in the family over the weekend, and I've been trying to coordinate funeral arrangements, and it has been a little bit of a stressful start to the day. I had a meeting with the funeral director on my way up today, then calling and kind of just like informing everybody who I can on the arrangements. And long story, that's neither here nor there. Benjamin is also sick today. We were going to have Benjamin out with us on this job just because of its complexity, but we are not, so I'm going to be doing it solo, and probably stopping a few times to take phone calls, make phone calls. I've already done an estimate, and I booked a job for next week, so it's going to be a busy day. It is a Monday, so Mondays are usually my busy phone days. Plus with this larger project, plus with personal lifing, this is going to take me a long time. I'll turn you around and show you what we're doing here. So we are going to be doing, we're going to start on the roof. We're going to be doing a roof wash on this one. We are not doing this top portion. It does not really need it, and there is no gutter, so we're really just doing this portion here that is vertical, and then all of the horizontal stuff underneath it. We're also cleaning out the gutters because the gutters need to be cleaned before we can do the roof wash. That was something we quoted as an additional charge because it does take additional time. I'm going to be doing a deck restoration. This is our 5-step restoration. So we're going to be doing the pre-rinse, sodium metasilicate application, heavy rinse with the XJET. Then we are going to be coming back through with Oxalic Acid, and then doing a heavy rinse with the probably the XJET as well. It's our rinsing tool. But we did this one maybe 2 or 3 years ago, so it's not in the worst shape. But it didn't get stained after we cleaned it, so it needs to be redone and hopefully get a stain on it after, just to kind of protect the wood. So it's a decent sized deck. And then we're going to be doing this sidewalk, and this driveway. We already washed the house this spring, but we're going to kind of be doing some of the other odds and ends that are just needed on this property as well. We're going to be doing all the way up here to the steps, and then coming around to the front steps. So not the biggest project in the world, but it would be nice to have a second person, especially with, you know, kind of personal stuff going on. But there's also a baby bird in that fern. I saw a bird fly out of it, and I hopped up there to check it out, and it was looking up at me, and I said, well, that's got to stay where it is. Just have to work around it. I've already cleaned out this gutter by hand, and then just run the blower at a low volume just to get all the little bits out. So I'm going to go around and clean the gutter on the back, and we're going to start on the roof. All right, here we go. This is the roof we're going to be cleaning. Lots and lots of black streaks on it. It is the north-facing roof. This is the biggest portion. I'm thinking 2 ladder placements will do it for me. It's not a super steep, and it's not super complex. It's just kind of one straight shot across the back. Then there's one straight shot that's maybe 8 feet wide on the just past this little ridge over here. And then we're doing the stuff up front. The gutter guys did come by. Oh, actually, let's go ahead and document this. There's some damage on this tree. We have not done the wash yet, so just in case that comes back as damage, we did not do it. The gutter guys did come by, and they were very confused because we do not maintain the gutters on this one. They have another company that maintains them, but we just so happened to schedule it on the same day. And if they were here an hour before, they could have cleaned them out, but I was literally just wrapping up as they showed up, and then I tucked this wire with some zip ties up so that they don't have it hanging down so bad. All right, so a big portion of what we're doing today is really just going to be hosing everything down. keeping everything wet. Again, that would be ideal to have a ground person working below me, but we don't have that, so it's going to be a little bit of a stop and go, stop and go. I have gone around, I've cleaned all the gutters of the portions we're going to be working today, and I bagged the downspout, so we're looking at much more controlled wash. We're also going to be doing this little area here. That was, they came out and said, hey, how much just to do these bricks? And I told them, and they said, okay, let's do it. And so that's sold. But really just trying to saturate everything. It hasn't rained here in a couple weeks probably. So just try and get it to where it's nice and happy. All this wood, we don't want to bleach it out before we come through and clean it. We want it to be thoroughly saturated with no bleach spots on it. So I'm going to absolutely drench it. If we need to let it dry a little bit before I can come back and wash it, that's okay. But just trying to get it ready to get some roof mix on it, and we'll go from there. I am, of course, going to be doing a slow application with lots of surfactant, so it should be minimal overspray. But again, you know, the difference between the pros and the amateurs is property protection, so we're going to do what we can. Alright, using my little soft wash pump. We built this off of Amazon parts, and that's ready to roll. Full battery charge on my 12 volt and 200 feet of Flexilla on the line. I've got my XROD set up on a ball valve with a 12-inch extender. This is going to be my setup today. Just a little on-off switch with the XJET on the tip there. Found that the higher pressure nozzle gives me a lot better distance than the M5 Downstream. And all of this is nice and wet, so we're ready to roll. Oh, nope. Got my respirator. I gotta grab that before I get up there. I'm starting all the way at the end, so I'm spraying less over, and then I'll work my way with a ladder placement here, do the same thing, and then over here, do one more shot. Alright, with just a couple setbacks, we are all done on the roof portion and gutters. I guess I didn't tighten down my ball valve enough, and I ended up springing a leak that I couldn't get to stop right at the end of the line, but I got it sorted out, and let's see if we can get the roof here from this angle. Oh yeah, there we go. And the old saying, if it's brown, it's coming down. We've got a good amount of brown up there, and just letting it cook in, and the next time it rains, that's going to come all down. Maybe even by the end of today's visit, we'll be able to look up there and see that brown disappearing. Good deal. Alright, final wrap up here. I just did a post treatment, so a good bit of this algae here should be gone soon. The deck came out looking awesome. It is ready to stain, and that's what we were aiming for. Let's take a look up here at the roof. Gosh, I love how that wood comes out. Roof looks really good. A little bit of brown still up there, but it's all right. It's dead. It just needs a good rain. It'll come down. It is time for me to wrap up here and get the party started. Not really. I have an hour drive home, and gonna use that whole hour to just sit in the car. I didn't actually end up having to take as many breaks as I thought. I think I got most of my family affairs taken care of this morning. Alright, that one is finally done. Yeah, I didn't get a lot of calls, which I'm really excited about, as far as like handling of affairs. That allowed me to just kind of put my nose down, do some work. I missed a few calls on the work phone. I will have to give them a call back when I get home tonight, but that was a butt whooper. It was 7 hours and 15 minutes of pretty much continuous work. It was a big ticket. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not crying about having such a big job. This is going to be our biggest job of the year so far. This is going to be our biggest week of the year so far, and I believe it might actually be the biggest week we've ever had. So having a little bit of help is going to go a long way. I'm really hopeful. Benjamin says he really feels like he's going to be able to meet up with me tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be even bigger. I think in total we have like 8 projects, and 2 of those are like the inside outside window cleaning, which I think the last time took me 5 hours just to do that. So yeah, we're gonna see how that goes and kind of go from there. And then the day after that, we're going to have inside outside window cleaning, gutter cleaning, house wash, driveway, then another house wash with like a couple odd jobs around their property. And it's just going to be a big week, just one after the other, and that's okay. That's what we want during the springtime. That's, you know, we save money from now to pay our bills in the winter. So I'm going to get on home and pick up from there. All right, after about an hour of rest in the truck, I'm feeling a lot better and a lot more like myself. It was just a hot day, and a lot of just continuous work, and not taking much of a break. I know better. Shade breaks are necessary, especially when it's this hot. But I did try and stay hydrated. And tomorrow, if Benjamin is able to join me, we're going to go ahead and get that project knocked out, hopefully a little earlier in the day, so I get home a little bit before 7. We're just a little over 7 now, and I got the trailer put away and ready to rock and roll for tomorrow. I did have a fitting issue with my soft wash pump, but I'm not going to address that today. That's going to be a later in the week issue, because I don't really need it for anything. I can use my drum pump to move SH, and I will figure out my soft wash rig in a day or two when I have a little bit more time and inclination. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching this super big day. It is what we aim for in the springtime. You know, we try and maximize every day we can. This was a repeat customer. You know, I've done his deck before, I've done his house a couple times, and just having the ability to go out and expand my services, adding the roof on for this one, and you know, he wanted the driveway done. Everything turned out looking great, and hopefully we can keep that chain of referrals going, because you know, this is in that neighborhood up in North Raleigh that has just been continuously doing the marketing for me, and so hopefully he's able to spread the word, and we can get more and more and more and bigger in that area. You know, it's just go out there and do the job and be seen doing it, and do a good job, and the work will come. All right, well, you guys have a good rest of your day. Y'all be safe out there.